Hi everyone, it's John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur here, and welcome to our video and photo studio. Today I'm going to give you a review on our setup and explain some of the things we can do right here in our video and photo studio. Now, if you recall, not too long ago, we actually did a review on this green screen behind me. It was really easy to set up, it's durable, and yes, just one person set up. But let's talk about some of the magic of what this green screen can do, because people say, well, what's a green screen for? Well, if you ever watched, let's say, the Weather Channel, and they magically pop up different places around the globe, well, you know what? I feel like I'd like to take a trip to Florida. Hey, and the beach behind me is pretty great. I mean, it's warm. I can see the waves. But you know what? I'm actually feeling I may want to go to a pool. And now I'm poolside. I'd like to go to maybe a basketball game. I'm suddenly at a basketball game. So now you get the idea of the power of a green screen. We can transport you anywhere around the world, and you don't need a ticket. The flight will be very painless, and you won't even know that you've gone halfway around the world and home. But let's take a little bit deeper of a dive and take a look at some of the lights that actually make this happen. Okay, let's take a look at these lights. Well, first of all, you're going to notice we have a pole that is just above them, and there was no need for any type of screws. There was a nice clamping mechanism. It was very easy to install, and the telescopic pole made this really simple. You'll also notice on the pole we have these clips, which are actually mounting brackets, and they actually screw into the lights. And then you'll notice that there is a metal wire. Now, we didn't use the metal wires that came with the lights because, let's face it, safety is very important. Thus, we wanted to use proper metal gear to make sure if the lights ever should fall, which they won't, it would actually be held by the wire. All right. In my hand, I have a remote control, which is kind of neat. Not all lighting systems come with a remote control. Now, I can touch the on and off button right like this, and I can turn off my lights that are not in master mode. If they're in slave mode, we'll talk more about that in a second. But when they're in slave mode, I can just turn them on and turn them off very easily. This is really handy if you're in the middle of a shot and you want to change the lighting. You also can change the intensity right here from the remote control. Okay, very, very easily and very, very simply. You can also change the level of the light, such as its tungsten light. So you can actually affect that as well. You can affect the brightness in percentages, you can change the color level, and then we also have the ability to have 11 groups of lights. Now, I only have a few here, but this system allows you to set up to 11 groups. Now, that's pretty powerful, and you can control it all with this remote. Let's take a closer look behind the scenes at what is behind the lights and some of the things that this remote control actually affects. All right. If we look at the back of the light, before we even get started, you have a nice feature which allows you to either plug an AC power line to it, or you can use Sony NPF batteries. You need 2 of them. And another nice feature with the AC is you can use one that just plugs in, which they give you in the box, or you can buy the ones that actually screw in so that it doesn't easily pop out when you're working. If we look at the very top, you're going to notice you have a nice little display screen. Not a lot of lights come with a display screen, and it's very easy to read. You're going to notice here that you have some different explanations, but let's jump down here to where it says GR0 to GR11. You actually can have these lights in 11 different groups, if you have that many, all right? And the lights have the ability of working in 2 modes. One is slave mode, one is master mode. When the light is in master mode and you make changes on it, it automatically affects the other lights in that group. Now, the nice thing that I love about this is that when you go ahead and you touch mode, okay, very easy to do, you can go mode, you have the ability to rotate, you can hit mode again, and you'll see it's in slave mode. Now, I can very easily change which group it's in right here, and then that would be effective to the master that's in that particular group. If I hit the mode button again, I'm back in master mode. When you're in master mode, it's the only time that you can make changes to this light. If it's in slave mode, you can't. It takes its direction from other lights. But how does it communicate? Great question. It uses wireless. And there's nothing for you to have to set up. The wireless is just ready out of the box. There's no settings, there's no SSID, there's no password. It just works. How's that for a concept? All right. So right here on the left, you're going to notice that you have your CCT. Now I can actually change this, and this regulates my Kelvin, which we start at 3200 tungsten, and we can traverse that knob to the right and go all the way up to 5600, which is daylight. Okay, very easy, very simple. On the right, you're going to notice I have something that says intensity. Right now you see it says BRR. If I change that, I can affect it from 10%, which is the minimum, 15%, 20, 25, I can go all the way up to 100. Now, you'll notice where I am with this at 3200. If I change this, just to show you the difference, how the intensity works, you'll see I get the bluer as we go to the daylight. Really nice light, works really easily. Now over here you have the switch. The way it's positioned right now, it's set up for AC power input. In the center, it would be off, and to the left, it would be using the two batteries. By the way, you do need to plug in the two batteries. One comment I have is that on this particular light, we did have to go out and buy two AAA batteries. I wish they would have just included two AA batteries, even if they were basic. That's one thing. But I have to tell you, taking them out of the box, setting them up, it came in a really nice bag. And I wasn't really sure, other than some of the reviews I was checking out, what it was gonna be like. But I'm really impressed with these lights, and I would buy more of them. You even got a soft box. You got one soft box that came, and then as a promotion, and then you bought the other soft boxes. And again, really nice light to set up. They don't use a lot of power. And like I said, I'm really impressed with it. And if I have to give them a rating, you know I always give things a rating. We've shot a lot of videos behind this already. And I have to tell you that on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give them about an 8 to 8.5. And here's the reason. I like them, really nice. But what I didn't like is that if I wanted to use the on and off button, I can't turn all the lights off. They have to be in slave mode. I didn't like that. If I want to turn the lights on and off, I should be able to do that right from here, regardless of what mode they're in. Thus, you can add more lights. You can have up to 11 groups, and it starts with actually group 0. So what does that mean? Really, you're getting 12 groups because they're starting with the number 0, which is what they do in technology. If you're looking for a great set of lights, again, it's a great video maker. I would definitely recommend them. 8.5, very good quality construction, good long-lasting LEDs that they've installed. And just a lot of flexibility, and I love the fact that you don't have to spend a lot of time to get the lights to talk to each other. Thus, if you want a nice light set for your studio, whether home or your business, I would check out GVM's great video maker. Again, 8.5, I think you'll be really impressed with all the stuff that you get in the bag. I will tell you one other thing, the stands they give you, they're okay. But if you're gonna use them, I recommend buying a professional stand because they're not as durable as you would expect. We did hang them from the ceiling. You'll notice we didn't use any of their hardware. We basically just used this one piece and everything else we purchased. I'm John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur, and if you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, click on, yes, that other button to smash with the bell, and allow us to get great enhancement on YouTube and show other people that want to learn about our unboxings. If you'd like to learn more about our unboxing channel, check out more of our videos. We'd love you to comment on them. I'm John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur, and you've been watching the review of our lights and the green screen.